Hey everyone, today we're going to be making a pop tab headband, and the supplies you're going to need to make this are quite a few pop tabs. We've been saving these for a while, and then a spool of ribbon. The ribbon that I'm using is about a ½ inch wide, and I just found this at Walmart, and then 2 small safety pins. And when you're pulling the tabs off of the can, a lot of times you're going to end up with a little piece left like this. I don't know how well you can see that in the camera, but you don't want this on here because it will snag the ribbon. And so to take this off, my husband has been using some needle nose pliers, and I will have him show you how to do this. Okay, so we have switched hands. I'm going to be filming while he shows you for a minute. I believe this is his first appearance on our website.
Alright, so what you want to do is straighten this out so that you can get the cutting part of your needle nose pliers on that, and you get it as close as you can and trim that. But what you're going to be left with is a rough edge that could cut you, so what you want to do is just take and fold those over so that the rough edge is gone.
So to start out with, on both ends of the ribbon, you want to add a little safety pin. You want to make sure it's small enough that it will go through the holes in the pop tab. So after you get these safety pins on both ends of the ribbon, you want to just grab a pop tab and thread the pins through each of those holes, and then make sure these are level with each other just so that they're lined up, and then pull that ribbon all the way through until you're almost to the end. And then you're going to want to leave just a 1 to 2 inch tail here at the end to secure it under your head when you're done. So after you get this first pop tab placed, now you're just going to lift this ribbon up and out of the way so that these holes are exposed. And then you're ready to add another pop tab. And you want to make sure that you're facing these in the same direction. I have the rough side up and the smooth side is on the bottom. And then these holes, you can tell which one goes with which. They're different shapes. Just make sure that you're lining them up the same way every time so that it turns out better. So you just want to bring this pop tab across the top of the one you've already got there and pull it over until you can see the holes coming through both pop tabs. And then you're going to grab this ribbon that's on the top and just thread it right down through that hole that's in the middle. Pull it through all the way, and then you're going to thread it back up through this hole that's on the end. And then you're going to do the same thing with this ribbon on the bottom. Just bring it down through the middle hole. And you want to make sure that the ribbon doesn't twist on you. It'll turn out better if you keep it flat. And then again, up through the hole on the end. And as you're going, make sure that you're always using the same ribbon for the holes on the bottom and the same ribbon for the holes on the top. You don't want to crisscross the ribbons as you're going. So I have those first 2 there. Now I'm just going to repeat those same steps. I'm lifting the ribbon out of the way, adding another pop tab facing the same direction, sliding it over so that the holes are showing. And then I'm going to thread this through the middle hole and the hole on the end. Same thing with this ribbon on the bottom. Down through the middle. And then back up through the end. So that is really all there is to it. I'm just going to keep going that same way. And what I usually do is just kind of place this over my daughter's head every once in a while so that I can see how long it is getting. I don't want to make it too long, so I like to test it out every once in a while, and then I will turn this back on when we've got it the length that we want it. Okay, so I'm on the very last pop tab. Just going to add it on real fast the same way I did the others. Now I'm just going to remove these safety pins And depending on what type of ribbon you used, it's probably going to be pretty frayed, so you may want to trim those ends. Okay, to place this on your head, you can just put it where you want it, and then you've got this little tab here at the bottom that you left out. Take one of the strands of the ribbon, thread it through that tab, and then you can tie it into a bow. If you want to double knot it, you can, but that should hold pretty securely. So that is what it looks like. This probably isn't the best hairstyle to demonstrate with a headband, but we really didn't think about that before we did this video. But that'll give you the general idea.